Good morning, everybody. The Sphinxes are sleeping in, so while everyone is still resting, I'm going to try to do a really quick video on how I use Edmodo to kind of organize and keep track of everything that I have going on with homeschool. Being that I do have two homeschoolers, right? Well, I have three, but I really don't. In regards to homeschool, I really don't count my 4-year-old as officially homeschooling yet. So her stuff is kind of random. So I don't really worry about her. Well, I worry about her, but I don't really worry about setting her up for like you know scheduled learning activities. But I do for my other two. My oldest is now 11, and then my son is 7. So between the two of them, they do have a set scheduled day each day. Um, what I want to show you is how I have our Edmodo set up right now. I have 3 different accounts. I think you may, I don't know if you can use the same email or not, but since we have more than one email, I kind of use whatever email I need to in order to get the account set up. I have a teacher account for myself, and this is what my teacher account looks like. Well, actually, which all am I on? Yeah, mine's here. Let me go, this is my account, I think. Oh, hold on, let me make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, this is my account. This is my teacher account. Let me see if I can get to my home page. And as you can see on your teacher account, you can actually go to different communities and get resources. You can join different groups or create different groups. And what I ended up doing was I created a group. There's one for my homeschool group on Facebook, which we haven't really gotten active yet, but hopefully we will soon. And then there's one here. This is the one I use for my homeschoolers. So as you can see, I have my group of homeschoolers, which we call the Sphinx Nation. And then within the group, I have both children listed as their own separate group. That way I can do specific lessons for my daughter, who's a little older, and then specific lessons for my son. Or if I want to do a lesson for both of them at the same time, I can assign it to them both as opposed to having to do it twice and assigning it, one by one. So it does make it a little bit easier. And what I normally do is usually Sundays is my lesson planning day. Well, not lesson, it's my lesson submission day, where I actually type everything up and say, okay, and put my resources really of what I want to do. So right now we're going to go to my daughter's page. And usually I start with her because hers tends to be a little bit harder because I have to get different resources for her. And what I'll do is I'll an assignment. For example, she's working on, let's see, right now she's doing CK math. So I would put CK math. Let's see if I can go to one real quick that I already did. One second, let me get down her list. As you can see, I have a lot of stuff submitted here for her. Okay, well, here's a good one. Here's her science project. And there's a due date which you can actually turn in. And you're going to put a description of what the assignment is. And you can actually attach links and files, which is why I like Edmodo. Because I can always go back to Edmodo and say, well, okay, well, what did we use to help us get through the assignment? And if you go back, you can see everything, all the different files and websites that you may have used. Or you want the child to go to specific websites. Say you want to set up a computer lab for that day and you want them to go to a certain website like Mr. Noxmom, then you would actually link that page to the assignment. That way it's easier for you to get to and it's easier for your child to get to. Worksheets, if you have different worksheets and you want to keep an online record of that, you can simply scan it and upload it as a file to your assignment. That's something you can do also. You have a backpack. Well, it's kind of like a backpack, a folder that you can save all the things in. I don't have any set up yet because I didn't really see the point. But I did set it up in something else I did. I think it was our African Studies. We had that set up where we had a backpack. Let me go to that real quick. We had a backpack full of different files and things that as you can see, here are the folders here. And in each one of these folders, there's a bunch of different links and files that could be downloaded or used for research. So that's something you can set up also. Let's go back to my Sphinx Nation. All right, so that's her. This is my page. This is what I see. I like it because it's kind of like a Facebook thing. So we can actually, as you can see, you can reply, you can ask questions. She can ask questions. Say I'm working with my son and she has a question, a burning question at that moment that she can't remember later. She can type it here and then we can always go back to it. So that works for us. We use it mainly for the organization aspect. I can simply tell her, get on Edmodo and go to your planner. And this is what she'll see. This is what you have to do today. Well, this is both children. So let me go to her. Let me just go to her. This is what she'll see. Okay, this is what I have to do today. This is what I have to do tomorrow. Blah, blah, blah. What I did give her the freedom to do because she's a little older is I give her until Friday to get everything turned in. So if she wants to switch stuff around for the week, that's completely up to her. I do give her that freedom because she is a little older. My son, I like to keep him on a certain track, so I don't really give him that freedom because I have to actually sit with him and go over everything and make sure he's good. As you can see, with his schedule. It's pretty repetitive for now. That's subject to change with us at any given moment, depending on what we're trying to do that week. But since we're not doing anything major, any different projects or science or going out of town or anything, then it's going to be pretty repetitive for the time being. He's working on workbooks, so we're working through his workbook. So as you can see, that's why it looks this way. Um, and then again, this includes just our basic lessons, not anything extra that we may do. This is what we want to cover that day. Anything else will be additional to that. This is why I like Edmodo. And at any, he can simply go here, click on, this is what I got to do today. Okay, what does mom want me to do? She wants me to read the book and complete a worksheet. I have their folders in their backpacks with the worksheets that they'll need. They're nicely organized with paper clips within a folder. And then once they turn them in, I transfer them over to a bigger folder that I hold for the month and eventually the year. So that's how I organize our homeschool for further reference. In order to try, because I paper drives me nuts. So I was really trying to do a lot of virtual homeschool, where a lot of the stuff that I do is online. But in starting to notice, one, it was kind of disconnecting me from the children in a way. So I wanted to get back to where we're sitting with each other working on it, not necessarily on a computer. And also, their writing skills were starting to deteriorate a little bit. So I wanted to get back to writing more. Not that we won't every so often maybe go into a virtual homeschool setting, paperless homeschool setting, but we won't do it as much as we used to. Only because, like I said, I cannot stand paper. It drives me nuts. I can't stand having to have 50 million boxes of old paper. So I try to eliminate that as much as possible. Of course, I could always scan everything and put it on a flash drive or something, but I do like keeping the hard copies because you never know when you'll need it. So I do keep that stuff when I don't have it available to me. So that's my little spiel about that. Um, Again, here's one here, something simple like read the book. That's all he's got to do with this. So it's really nothing for me to put. But if I had like maybe a crossword puzzle or something that I created for him, or if I had some review questions that I wanted him to do once he reads the book, I would post those here. And that way I don't have to repeat myself 15 times about what you have to do today because it's already there. Now this is what Edmodo looks like from the teacher account aspect. Here is what it looks like from the student aspect. I go to Miss Spinks's page. As you can see, she can set up her own little cute icon for her profile pic. And then if she has something she wants to say to me or the group, she can type it in here. Hi, mom. She wants to say that. She can type hi, mom, and she would have to put it to me. She can also send messages to the group. She can even send messages to her brother. So luckily for us, we have more than one computer, so I can easily put one child on one computer, put one child on the other one, and be good to go. You can actually open Edmodo up on tablets also. I haven't really tried it yet, but I know you can do it. So that's something to look into if you have tablets versus multiple computers. As you can see, these are her posts. She can go right here to her calendar. It only has her stuff on it unless it's group. This is everything. There's a group, the Sphinx Nation posts, if there's something that the group's going to do, and then her direct posts that are her own. That's there. And then when she's done with something, she does not necessarily have to turn in a copy of it. For example, let's go to yesterday because I don't think we turned anything in specifically yesterday. So we did do grammar. she can go right here because I don't really have, like I said, I'm not a sticker on the due dates. I don't really care about that so much, especially when I know she did the work. So she can easily go in on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays. She can go in on Fridays if she wants and say, okay, I did that. Let me turn it in. As you can see, it does say late, but I don't really, worry about that. She's going to type in um, her assessment of the assignment really here, or she can type in something like did it on Monday. Did it on Monday. And then it's going to ask her, and she has to do this part, what did you think of this assignment? So this actually kind of gives you a gauge of, okay, how's my child liking this or not liking this? And then you can kind of use that um, to work around future assignments. So we'll go with it was interesting. And then if she wants to, if you want your child to attach links if they did research that day for like a project, or if you want them to submit a file of what they did, you can have them attach it here with her because I have a folder, with her worksheets in it. I don't really necessarily need it. And then she can type something here if she has a question about what was done or anything in that regard. And then she can simply turn her assignment in here. Once she turns that in, I'll go back to my page and show you what it looks like on my side. Yeah, this one's my page. So I'm going to go, always switching back and forth. I'm going to go to my page now. Yes. And then I'm going to refresh. And again, it's kind of like the Facebook setup. I'm going to get alerts up here saying you got new stuff going on. As you can see, I have 2 now. And it's going to tell me that I have a submission here. So I go to that submission. And then I'm going to see what she wrote. I'm going to actually give her a grade for it. If she turned it in, hey, 100 out of 100. If she turned it in and did a terrible job, then of course I'm going to give her a lesser grade. And then I'm going to tell her what I felt about her work. And then type a note if I need to, saying, hey, you need to do better. You need to work on this. There's different little things you can put, and you can always go back to it in order to recall what you thought about that assignment and what you need to do with it in the future. So I'll simply grade that, and we're done. And then I can always go to, there's something I can go to for her. This one's her, if I can get back to all of her grades, because I'm starting to use this more this year than I was using it last year. And then there's somewhere in here, progress. Maybe that's it. Oh, that could be my page. And of course, everything's moving slow. Okay, there we go. Let me go to her name and try to get to her grades real quick. I thought there was an actual. Of course not. But anyway, there's a grade book on here somewhere. Okay. Get to it real quick for you. I'm not gonna hold it. If I can't find it, I just can't find it. But you can always set up. Edmodo's free, so you can set up an account and kind of see if you like it or not before you delve into it and say, hey, I'm gonna rock with this. But I like it. I like the way it's set up. If you have, 5 or 6 children, this definitely would be a nice route to go because, like I said, you can actually specifically keep your grades and stuff for each child, and it makes for a lot easier planning for me when I'm working on my lesson plans and things because I can keep track of what I have going on. You can print your planners out. The only thing I don't like about printing out the planner is the way this thing is set up. This is all you're going to get. Like, the only way you can print out a Monday through Friday, you have to print it out on Monday, unless you decide to print the whole month out, but then it's going to look like this. So that is the only thing that I don't necessarily like about this planner printer, is it's not very print friendly. Again, if you want to go to like printing it out per week, you literally have to print it out the Monday so you can get Monday through Friday because it's only going to give you a 5-day window, and I don't really like that. But that's, one of the, I'm not going to give you the, oh, this is the greatest website ever. That is a pitfall, and it really annoys me because, like I said, I like to do my lesson plans on Sunday and have everything printed out, because I can also print this out and put it in their folders for the week. But it won't let me print Monday through Friday. It'll only let me print Sunday through Thursday, and um, that really annoys me. So that may be something I want to look into with Edmodo, or at least give them a suggestion about, because that is a little bit frustrating for me. I did get to her assignment page, or her main page. This is what her page looks like on my end. I can give her badges. I can go to her progress here, and as you can see, she's got 100% stuff graded. I can go to her activity and see what she's turned in. So it's really cool how this is set up and how you can use it for your own personal homeschool organization. If you have any questions, again, this is just kind of a quick run through. I don't want to, hold you up all day long with my this is all like a Moto story. But oh, one more thing, one more important thing is apps. Today is one of those days when you just kind of in one of, we all get there in the mood when you just, I don't really feel like doing this today. So you can always have your child go to an app on there, and a lot of them are free. There's Code Monkey, there's this one here, there's even like a lesson plan on somewhere in there. This one's pretty cool. I haven't really bothered this one yet, but since it was free, I downloaded it. And then there's some that you can buy, and then you can always use that as enrichment, or as a replacement if that day you just really are not in the mood. Hey, go on Monkey World and do 50 problems or something like that. So that's always an option to traditional homeschool days. So that's a cool thing there. I love the not this coding. There was another one, I think it was Learn Street. That one was really cool because it actually let the child create programs. That's the cool one if you can keep it in mind if you decide to try Edmodo out. And that's pretty much it. Again, if you have any questions or any suggestions, please give them to me. I'm willing to take all information that I can and give all information that I can. And as always, thank you for watching another Hawkins Academy presentation. Have a good day.